back on Saheeli Sword in casual. Now, I swear, right, I don't know if this is the curse of Arena or the Arena Shuffler, but holy crap. So, for those of you unaware, this deck is going all over the place at the moment. I have been trying it with less creatures, more creatures. I tried a learn package, I put Pillage the Bog in. So there's going to be like 3 different versions of the deck in this video. Now here's the problem I have with this. Every time I change it, I get matched with the perfect match for the previous one. Like you'll see here, I'm up against a Badger Mole Cub Golgari deck with some insane ramp, and I'm thinking to myself, oh god, if I had more removal, this would be way better. So I'm going to have to use the Blood Tithe to get rid of it, and I'm like, this isn't good. I need more removal spells. Of course, the Badger Mole Cub player always has 2. That's just the way it is. Ultimately, I'm going to use the Pillage the Bog here to dig, find the Vanishing Verse, get rid of the second Badger Mole Cub, but I'm sure they have the third because it's the Chase Mythic and the Arena Shuffler knows to give it to every player that needs it. So, I'm playing to my outs here. I'm going to use a Bright Glass because First Strike is very good here. Grab the required combo pieces, deploy the altar, and just hope I can draw a Saheeli. But you see here, this deck would be great if I had more removal. So I try to play a more removal heavy deck and get slammed with every control deck in the thing where if I had more pressure, I could actually, look, third Badger Mole Cub. Which is just the way it is, as they say. So, I'm going to take the 5 here. We're dead either way. It's just fun to hold on. And we top deck the Miracle card here. So now, we go for, once we equip her, we give Saheeli the sword and achieve. Oh, it's quiet. Damn, that was quiet. Okay, so with that in mind, we now execute the combo. Let's see if the opponent passes the etiquette check here. They do. So they can see it's a combo. They concede to give us a match. So we'll give them the full match. So I will show you. Oops, my microphone is slipping. I will give you the rundown here. We pull off the combo a few times. You see this is still the same traditional list here. I'm going to bring in one Authority as a tutor target for the Bright Glass. And I think to myself, the Flinch Core combo probably go down 1 here. Because this green-black deck will run you over with counters before you even get to a potentially 9-mana combo. So, too slow. Okay. This hand is mana, but nothing else. But we gotta hope we're okay. One thing we can always hope for against with this deck is that they've sideboarded into insane amounts of removal to stabilize. Terrabiosis, oh, they're going to draw so many cards. Yeah, I did put one board wipe in just for situations where if I have a Bring to Light and I need to stabilize to look for a combo, I can do that. Okay, so we've drawn nothing. We're just going to hit them with Leyline Weavers. There's an Abrupt Decay, so they have sideboarded in removal. So I think to myself, okay, this gives us some time. If we can, we should be able to apply a ton of pressure. But we draw nothing but lands, so sad truth of this is how it's going to be. Let's get Yorion down to apply pressure, put him down to 13. Let's see if we can draw it back. We draw the Flinch Core, which would be great if it was anything else. Swing for 6. We get him down to 7 here, but we are dead to so much. So there's a Winding Constrictor. They put on 6 counters, draw 6 cards. This one slipped away from us. They found a Maelstrom Pulse to kill Yorion, so we've pretty much lost now. They have a guaranteed like draw 7 every turn, so we are probably not surviving this. We have the Flinch Core, so we did have the reanimation sequence here. But sadly, I think if they just play, there's an Ouroboros, they're going to put on 50 counters, draw 50 cards. I don't think there's a way to get out of this. It's basically we lack the pressure, so in my head I'm like, okay, I need more pressure for this deck. That should be enough to stabilize, right? If I could just get more pressure, I could have won this game easier. But then if I move pressure, I move away from the combo. The problem is there's a real confliction with this deck where basically, because we are literally slamming, no joke, we are slamming So I'm going to attack with the Shepherd of the Clouds. Puts him down to 3. Supreme Verdict. That blows up everything. Gives him a ton of counters. We were close. If we could... Badger Mole Cub is going to make a hasty land that's going to be huge enough to kill us, probably. Particularly if they draw another Badger Mole Cub. Yep, we're just getting punched with the Badger Mole Cubs here. I suppose on the bright side, they did not get all of them in the initial opening hand. That one land is just going to be... Oh, they tap it down here. So I look at this and think, free life. God, if I just had... Oh, they could... Yep. Oh, they couldn't ultimate Nissa. Another Innkeeper's Talent. Yeah, they're just like popping off now, but I'll be fair. They showed combo etiquette, so I'm going to be like, I'm going to let you do this huge board state. See what I draw here. Just another land, so we'll concede. We let them build a board because they showed the correct combo etiquette. So I look at this and think, well, maybe I need more pressure. Oh yeah, I ran hostage takers in these lists because that loop with Saheeli would be pretty fun. Yeah, I was all over the place with this deck. So we were like a Lightning Helix away. This was the list where I was running a Lightning Helix. I then drop Lightning Helix for a Dwarf that lets me scry when he enters, which is a free one, which gives me more pressure. But then the minute I added him, I ran into just removal heavy combo decks and Planeswalker decks. And I know that's how it feels. Oh, there's the Fortsies. We lose Niv, so let's just start with a Leyline Weaver. There's another Fortsies. We lose our Helix. Alright, Leyline Weaver again. Let's just keep applying pressure. Badger Mole Cub, of course. Double layer. Oh, we top deck the Niv, which is perfect. So we don't have the colors though. So let's go in for the attack. There's the Abrupt Decay. They won't trade. Let's grab Yorion. I'm going to hold this Fable Passage because if we draw an untapped source that lets us... Oh, they don't have a follow-up. We drew literally, no joke, the one land that... more green-white, which we are screwed... Not screwed, sorry. We are skewed green-white because that's the color of the Gear Hulk. Alright, there's Yorion down. Flickering nothing. Because we need black mana for this Niv. We'll take the 5 here. This is a race. Swing with Yorion. We're down to 6. So we just got to hope here. Ouroboros. Everything's huge. We are down to 1. Oh, we find the Saheeli and we are 1 damage away here. Oh, it was so close. So I'm looking at this and thinking, okay, so Saheeli... What can I do with this? I'm going to put him to 1 and we were very close. So put him to 2. Literally randomly killing that spider saved them. Good game, good game. Game 2 here with the Saheeli Sword. So this version, I was using Mob Lookout. So this was me taking out the Tyrant Scorns and going more aggressive and trying to combine ways to dig. I also believe I made changes to the mana base in this instance. So we get an altar on 1, so I'm going to run it out just to see if the opponent wants to respond to it. Oh, looks like mono red. So Mob Lookout is actually pretty good here because free toughness is tough for some mono red players. There's my true nemesis, the Screaming Nemesis. Let's loot with the Mob Lookout. So I connive. Yes, it's just traditional mono red. Right, I'm going to get rid of the Leyline Weaver to put a counter on this because I think having 4 toughness is more relevant against a red aggro deck. Oh, there's 1 Burst Lightning. There's a Shock. That's 2 spells that didn't go to my face. I am totally happy with that. Right, let's play a Shockland tapped. Play another Mob Lookout. Mob didn't make the cut in the end, but I think it might be one I should revisit. I'm genuinely considering if maybe running a pure creature-based deck is better. To just go with it like that. They Burst Lightning. Yeah, I'm gonna take that. There's Saheeli. Interesting. I'm going to place Saheeli here. And I'm going to plus her. Alright, don't need another land. Put that to the bottom. Dang, we are just flooding against mono red. Oh, it's Rakdos. Sorry, I didn't even see the forest. There's a Screaming Nemesis, which is perfect because the mob lookout doesn't actually have any thing here. Interesting. I'm just going to block here. Saheeli can take the damage. Alright, there's a Blood Tithe. Let's mill them for 2. Plus a Saheeli. We don't need another Blood Tithe. Play the land, shocked, and play the Flinch Core. Mill them some more. We need the Gear Hulk or the Sword here to survive. We're still at 13, which is pretty... Oh, dope. There's a Pyroclasm. That's not good. 2 damage on there. At least we're lucky they didn't throw the damage at our face. Alright, 6 damage. And we just draw a land. I'll just concede to that. We are dead to their board there. Budget Rakdos because Screaming Nemesis was a stupidly designed card. Actually, we brought in a Clarion to the sideboard. We changed things around. We played way more into the 2-drop slot in this version. Probably should return to that and see how that feels. But I'm going to probably skip next week's video with Saheeli because I don't have a stabilized deck list left. I'll probably talk about something else on the Friday. This hand starts with... Oh yeah, Multiversal Passage was a land I added. Which feels bad now because the minute I add more Shark lands, I run into mono red. Of course. Let's go black, shock in, play Blood Tithe. I am actually tempted to try a version of the deck where it's entirely stuff like it's biotech. It's basically a bunch of creatures that leave behind a value token, like they always, you know, I don't even know what I would call it, like a leave behind or something. Okay, there's the gift. So that means a Gear Hulk could grab. Oh, there's a Vanishing Verse. That's going to be good. Playing into Niv next turn. Make sure we got the reload button ready. There's the Challenger. There's the Ifrit. Challenger potentially gives them card advantage, so we want that gone. There's a double Niv, so you know what time it is. Reload. There's a full spread of 5. That's pretty good. And there's a Gear Hulk and a Saheeli. So we'll discard the additional Gear Hulk here. We can't cast it currently because we still need another green. Alright, there's Fell to take it out. There's an Ifrit to put us down to 10. Okay, so let's go. We need the Leyline Weaver to get us the next green turn. So then let's play the Mob Look. Ooh. No, the Blood Tithe, because that offers a trade. We'll play the Luxor. So they have all the information now. They've seen Saheeli, the Sword, and the other card. They get rid of a Lightning Strike. So this is like a budget mono red deck. Hit the Leyline Weaver. If you go in, I will just trade. Okay, so looking at the current board state, I think my best bet, I'm trying to consider my options, right, is Saheeli minus copy Blood Tithe to do the Blood Tithe trick. We can now sack this to kill the Tesha, play the Mob Lookout, connive on the Mob Lookout. I like all my cards, so it's going to have to stay a 0-free here. Play the land and pass back. Well, sorry, swing in. One thing you got to remember when you have Planeswalkers against aggro decks like this is that it's basically also life gain because any spell or aggression they throw. Uh-oh, there's a slick shot with one of the spell in hand though, so I hope it's not too crazy. Right, they play the Ifrit. They Lightning Strike the Mob. Right, 5 damage is coming. All at face. Okay, so that's correct move. Play the land. We got to just go for another reload. Reflector Mage and the Judge is familiar. Reflector Mage is better here, I think. We don't have the mana though. Scry. Bright Glass to the bottom. Let's kill the Slick Shot Show off because we don't want to deal with that. Now, if they draw a kill spell for Niv, it's... Oh, that is the worst thing they could draw. Okay, where do they go here? They go face, which is perfect because now we have enough to actually kill them. So, we're going to copy the Niv. That was a mistake. We could have achieved the combo. Why did we do that? Oh, Vanishing versus the Screaming Nemesis. Veteran Motorist. Leyline Weaver. Swing in. Yeah, that was stupid. I could have won the game there with the combo. Oh no, I couldn't because Saheeli had exactly 2 loyalty, which meant she couldn't do it on that turn because she would have killed herself trying to copy herself. There's a cut down. We are dead to any... Okay, Flaming Ifrit. I am going to block with the Leyline Weaver. There is the pump spell you can do there. Yeah, well, you're not getting through because that's a lethal attack even without that pump. Alright. What can I do here? So, what I could do, which is absolutely insane, and if I think about it right, I see this here in the hindsight. I could play the Saheeli, give her the sword, copy her. Yeah, this is... Oh no, well, I'm overthinking this now. So I can then grab the authority. Play the... Yeah, oh man, I really overthought this. So, for those of you unaware, what I could have done here is I could have played Saheeli, given her the sword, copied her, equipped the hasty copy with the sword, and then plussed it by 1 to do the scry, which would have made her a 4/4, which would have been a lethal hasty attack. Yeah, I really overcomplicated that final turn and took way too many risks. I should consider that line as well, because I've got to remember, Saheeli doesn't have haste, but her copies do. So giving the sword to it, yeah. I bought in the birds because they're a good early aggro blocker, and they're good against low and their decks. We got a mulligan that hand, sadly. Oh, this hand looks bad, but it does have the entire combo if I draw the right lands. Against mono red, can I live dangerously? I can't go down to 5. Alright, Niv to the bottom. Let's see if we can pull it off. The Clockwork Percussionist. Well, there's another Saheeli for my hubris. So we need to draw a blue-red land and another blue-red land, and then we can just literally win the game. Or we could just draw everything else but. Okay. They don't attack. Why didn't they not attack there? That feels like a misclick on their part. Unless they are... Well, no, they should attack either way, even if they want to hold up mana. Oh, well, there's another... Let's grab Yorion and just pass it back. There's another Clockwork Percussionist. Swinging in for 4 here. Oh, they are cutting... Oh, that's a nice interaction. Cut down to trigger Valiant. Yeah, we just did not draw the land. Yeah, kept a very greedy hand there. That was on me. Too greedy. Did not have fun of my stupidness. Final match with this version of Saheeli Sword. And this guy, I'm going to tell you, spoiler alert, we're not playing the full match. This guy was an absolute swear word. Failed the etiquette check, played a grindy Planeswalker control deck, and then decided to full-on grind out. So you'll see what happened. We'll show the first match to show off this version of the deck. So we go in with the Blood Tithe, play a second Blood Tithe. We're just going to put pressure on here. This is what I kind of like the feel of it when it goes like this. Ajani takes out one of the creatures. We'll play the Veteran Motorist, which is our new inclusion, to scry. Alter's not going to do much here. Let's make sure we hit our land drops. We'll get rid of one Bring to Light to draw, play a land tapped. Move to combat, kill that Ajani, because it's basically a chump blocker every turn if we don't. There's a Day of Judgment. We get our land, so let's go straight into our usual strategy when we have full mana for Bring. Niv finds us 3 cards, but the Tyrant Scorn will be quite relevant in a highly controlling deck. Now, originally, I think this is probably a straight up... Yeah, so seeing the Emperor makes me go, okay, this must be straight up a control deck. So we bounce Niv in response. Second main phase, we'll run out the Veteran. Let's make sure we keep hitting our land drops here. Same scenario as before, we'll sack the Blood. Thinking it's control, I drop the Supreme Verdict to just make sure we got all our lands. Because if we top deck a Saheeli against control, if they have like fully committed and tapped out to killing us, there's a Teferi. So like everything about this screams control. Thinking that they probably have interaction, I'm going to use the Vanishing Verse. It's very clear that they do. I'm going to run out the Leyline Weaver here. I'm going to attack in, take out the Teferi, put it down to 2, sorry. Buy us some time. Going to give you a spoiler alert. This is not straight control. This is basically 5 color Planeswalker control. As you see there's a Bolas Dragon God. I get rid of the Vanishing Verse because for some strange reason all of their Planeswalkers are multicolored. Now I look at this and think I could run out Saheeli here, but actually what I want to do is I want to bait the interaction. So I'm going to try and kill the Bolas Dragon God. There's a Fatal Push response. So I'm going to reload Niv. We find our Cram Session. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use Cram Session, which is I run in a learn package, and I'm going to use the Daily Introduction here. Now this can't take a counter spell, but it does do basically a hand check for us. And if they have a big finisher, we could get rid of it like that. But let's see what they go for on their turn. There's Elsbeth, the Stormslayer, down ticking. They draw a card. I'm going to get rid of the second Gear Hulk. There's a Narset, which will stop us from drawing any cards. They find a Fatal Push. So, shocking in here. I'm going to start with the Daily Indoctrination. They Fatal Push. It's very funny because actually this card can't take a removal spell. So I'm just going to run out the Gear Hulk here, grab the 2 combo pieces. Next turn we have full mana with it, so I'm just going to run out all my creatures here and bait as much interaction as possible. So, but here's the deal with this deck. It is a cool idea, the Dreadhorde Arcanist deck, Dreadhorde, whatever it's called, Command the Dreadhorde deck. They are basically looking for the Wanderer that prevents you from taking damage. Then they're going to do a massive reanimation spell for tons of Planeswalkers or just Planeswalker control. Cool deck, but the saddest truth, it's piloted by the absolute worst. So they have officially shown us that they have nothing else to do now, so we can now go with this. Because we know their hand and we know they've got nothing else, we're going to go Altar of the Brood, play Saheeli, play Luxor, the Gyada's Gift, equip the Planeswalker, initiate combo, and it's time. And this is where it sadly falls apart, because it turns out our opponent is an absolute swear word. They failed the combo etiquette check, so I'm not going to even finish this match. Basically what happens is I pull off the full combo, and I was like, okay, maybe they have something. So I always give my first assumption here is they potentially have like a shuffle back effect. I'm not sure how many of them are in Pioneer. Maybe they've got like a Gaia's Blessing or something. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, if they have some kind of mill protection, this is 100% valid. In reality, they didn't. They literally make me do this until they concede, because they get milled out. They literally wait till every card of their deck is milled out, seeing if I'm going to do it wrong. Now, here's the thing. As a guy who was raised on Moto and Splinter Twin Modern, which was probably where I first started playing Modern, I think. Yeah, it was literally just about to be banned. I only had a few, like 6 months with it. I didn't play Splinter Twin, but I played against Splinter Twin a lot. And you knew that the standard etiquette was, when someone demonstrates a loop, if you 100% don't have it, you concede. Another reason as well here is, you do this because you don't want your opponent to see the whole deck. Now, in addition to that, if someone demonstrates a combo on Moto, it was common courtesy to concede, because you didn't want to make him do it. Now, in a full-on tournament setting, I could understand it. I don't agree with it. I think if you've lost, you should follow the same etiquette as paper of being able to say, this is an infinite loop. Do you have response? No, game is over. You have lost. But, like I said, I was very basically, so here's what happened. We go into game 2, I instant concede because I get a bad opening hand. We go into game 3 and I pretty much instant concede because I didn't want to play him. This is the casual queue, by the way, 100%. I'm demonstrating my combo here. I've pulled off my combo. I'm happy. Why are you being an absolute swear word, Lemon? I mean, yeah, he's got his name right. He's an effing lemon. Sad truth. There we go. Okay, so we're going to cut it here because screw the rest of this gameplay. I'm not showing a guy who did not respect combo etiquette.